If you are the one that is still curious about whether or not you'll be able to run the game smoothly, in this video I'll be covering just that. I will be running through system requirements, recommendations, and tests that you can proceed on your own, so you could be sure that Diablo 4 will run on your system, and either the game will run smoothly on your PC or you'll need to upgrade your system right before launch. Let's go. There's minimal and recommended requirements placed so that each and every player could have certain expectations of the game, how game will run or whether or not it will run at all. Minimal requirements not only specify the minimal technical parts, but it additionally gives what kind of expectations players should have when they are playing the game. To be exact, I'm speaking about small text that is written below that says that minimal requirements are recommended for 1080p native resolution or 720p render resolution on low settings and playing at 30 FPS. So this is not minimal to optimal gameplay. This is more of a minimal to at least so you can launch the game. And this is not something that you want. Speaking about recommended settings, despite the fact that you need at least 16 gigs of RAM and sufficient graphics card, it's the medium setting, so you could play at 60 FPS. And if you're playing at the higher FPSs, you'll be having difficulties, as I experienced those myself. There's gonna be like spikes and drops of FPS, and you can't have anything constant. But about that,
we're gonna be speaking a little bit later on.
Wait, we have a question from the audience.
How can I be sure that I have a sufficient system to play the game at all? Last thing I want to do is to spend money on a game that just won't run on my PC. Can you answer this question? Thanks.
To answer the question, I think it would be best to lead you to this website, as you can see here. So basically this website, what it gives you, there's two options for you, so you can choose. One option would be to automate the process, download additional software to your PC so that the website could run processes on its own and give you answers straight away. Either you want to upgrade your system and what kind of elements you want to upgrade, or you are perfectly good, fine with your PC and you don't need anything else. The second option would be that we will be looking at is the one that you can manually type in your computer specs, and you'll know either you're not, you'll be able to run the game, or what kind of parts you need to improve. And why I'm telling you all this, the thing is, there's a lot of CPUs, there's a lot of GPUs, and comparing all of those might get complicated. And without using any of the external sources, having all this memorized will take additional time. And one of the things that I believe myself and you too love is to save time and possibly, if you can, save money, right? All right, so I'm here and I'm gonna pick the option, can I run it? And here I need to place in my system requirements. So I have a couple of things that I'm already familiar with in my head. That is what is my graphics card. I know that is RTX 260, nothing super, nothing mobile. My processor is okay. I have 32 gigs of memory, and I'm just gonna test it. Can I run it? So based off the information that we have and have provided, I can tell you that I passed the tests, as we are able to see, for both minimal and recommended specs. But when I look into beta gameplay, I have constant drops, and it doesn't really matter. Either I have low settings selected or I have medium settings selected, and it doesn't help me at all. So it looks to me like those benchmarks tests are really a tricky thing for me, so I can just purchase the game and have the complete experience. Additional thing I want to share with you, Diablo 4 and beta release has had issues, and those issues are, majority of those are relating to performance and drops of frames in cities. From reading forum posts and from experiencing the game myself, I can tell you that yes, those things did happen, and system requirements that is presented here did not match the actual situation that was in the game. But hey, wait. You don't need the top tier graphics cards to play the game, as I know from my experience. I played Diablo 3 during beta release, I played Overwatch 2 before. Comparing beta to the actual play is it's very hard to compare. All of the betas have had horrible experiences from the technical side, whereas I believe there's additional stuff and additional calculations and metrics are being collected throughout the gameplay, not focusing on you giving the perfect player experience, but more focused on development teams collecting as much valuable information as possible, so that when the game launches, you would have a perfect launch. And using these examples, I can tell you that Diablo 3 and Overwatch 2 had such a smooth transition, and none of the FPS issues was during launch as they were during betas, that I'm so confident that those issues and any of the issues going to be addressed that was mentioned in beta of Diablo 4 and will not even be specified or mentioned in Diablo 4 live launch when it will happen. Solely focusing on will you be able to play this game based on this FPS or looking at the benchmarks, it's so wrong. And I believe just having a brief overview, either your graphics card meet requirements or not, is fully enough. Yeah. And yeah, and let me know down in the comments if I missed something or if you expected something else and I didn't deliver. Thank you for watching this video. If you are still considering either you should buy the game or you should wait for the best deal that comes along, I think it would be best for you to watch this video that is on the screen. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and see you in the next one.